Frame 98 coming hot at you on a wonderful Thursday afternoon. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get on Gutterball, let us know. Best way to get a hold of us is Instagram. DM us. Get after that. Get on Gutterball. Gutterball 100 is coming up real soon, ladies and gentlemen. Get excited because I am going to be a drinking episode. We're going to have some old guests, some new guests. It's going to be fucking wild. We're going to get wet and wild. Wet sluts and wild. It's going to be a great old time. I'm really excited for that. That's going to be bigger. That's gonna be our coup de grace. That's gonna be like the turning point. It's only uphill. Paul, you know what I saw, which is funny? When PKA hits 700, we'll hit 100. So we lined up perfectly.
Oh, really?
Kind of weird. Yeah. But we'll do a way better 100 than they do a 700.
Yeah. They won't even do anything special for 700. I guarantee it.
All the comments are drink an episode or re-riot. They're not gonna drink. They're not gonna do a meetup. They're gonna do the same thing. Woody's gonna be like, oh, it's 700. Huh. Interesting. And that's gonna be
so you said it's gonna be wet and wild. Do you remember like waking up at 3 a.m.? You're probably too young for this, but I'd wake up at like 3 a.m. and then you see like the Girls Gone Wild ads.
Yeah, I grew up. Remember, mom got rid of cable when I was a kid. Yeah, we never had cable, so it must have been before the cable censored the Wet and Wild. It was
like a lady's like pulling her shirt up and it's censored.
Yeah, it's a smut channel.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're a kid, dude,
Call this
you
number
imagine,
now.
dude. Yeah, I wish I had that imagination because you just fill in the blanks and you're good to go. Like we're rocking and rolling with that. You know what I mean? No, I didn't grow up with cable. We watched. We had by the time then we got the Netflix mailed to us because I don't know when mom and I got rid of cable, but then they got it back later on in like middle school, and then by then no one gave a fuck, and then now no one really gives a fuck. Like, fucking people in the break room, dude. We have this TV. They'll put on the news or something. I'll come in and just turn it off because I'm like, I don't want to listen to this shit. It's awful. The ads and stuff. It's like for what? Every 5 minutes of TV, you get a 2-minute ad. It's like,
well, there's a reason why a lot of those companies like what's like a cable provider, like
Charter,
Dish Wireless, whatever. A lot of them are moving to cell phone plans now, or Spectrum even. They're moving to cell phone. I mean, they're moving to cell phone plans and having their own cellular network now because no one's buying cable anymore, and which is understandable. And you mentioned ads. Like, what I honestly, dude, like, we only pay for a few streaming sites, and we don't pay like top package. There are a few of them where like you can get no ads. Hulu's ads are the worst, man. Like they're 2 to 3 minutes, and like at least Primes are like 20 seconds. Maybe there's 1 or 2 of them. But dude, like it's like God, it's like I'm almost watching cable. It's like, and they're really getting me close to upgrading that package. I'll tell you that.
The only ones I pay for is YouTube, and then I did pick up a Hulu a month ago, but I also got the Showtime rolled into it. There's no Hulu ads, but Showtime gives you a minute ad at the beginning of each episode just because I want to watch Dexter.
Yeah.
After finding out, I think it's on Netflix. So the ads aren't that bad, but I can't go back to no YouTube ads because I watch a lot of YouTube on my phone. I can't go back. So
I have premium. One thing I'll say, Jack, is I don't know if they still offer this, but see if they still do the triple. You get Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus for the same price, like all into one bundle.
That's not bad. I wouldn't ever watch ESPN, but I'd be watching Simpsons. That's the only thing I'd watch in Disney is The Simpsons. Hulu has The Simpsons. They have the newest episode. Yeah, it's Disney. Yeah. That's why it's so good. Just kidding, no, dude. Some of those older Simpsons episodes you got to get on that, man. Seasons 1 through like 10 are hilarious, bro. Like they're great.
I don't know, man. It's really hard for me to watch animated shows now. I don't know what it is. I mean, I like Invincible.
Grow up. Yeah, Invincible's like, I don't know. It's its own realm. It's like violent and shit. I think that's why the only reason I like it is because it's so violent. By the way, I haven't watched any of the newer episodes. I just don't really care. I guess it's like. Man, the first time you went away for a couple years, I was like, all right, I'll come back. But then you go away for another 6 months, and it's just like, I can't keep coming back to this, man. I'm thinking I might just wait till they finish it, and then I'll just watch it all at once. Because if I have to watch 4 episodes and wonder for a year, because when are they going to do another? Fucking 2 years. 3 years, Paul, is new Invincible. Animation should not take that long. I refuse to believe it takes that long. How many people do you need to hire? Hundreds. Just hire hundreds of people to start drawing shit. I really don't understand that. I don't care what anyone says. Animators are lazy as fuck. If they can't put it out that quick, hire an extra 30 animators that we know are capable to do it. Oh, well, you have to lose a little money. Well, at least your show comes out, not years apart.
It seems to me like it should be something that you could solve with money, but I just don't know enough about that world.
You can. Dude, well, I mean, they outsource it all from China. You know that, right?
The
Invincible.
new season they did,
Yeah,
yes.
because
Yeah, I don't know.
those people are living in those capsule fucking rooms, where they turn and they hit their elbow on their side of the wall, and there's another wall. They just live there. That's just what they do. It's called like the Japan jails or some shit, man. It's miserable. So they're getting shit done. Hire 20 more of those guys. Give them $5 an hour. You're good to go. Anyone would do it. It's just I don't know. It's ridiculous. Animation shouldn't be that hard, and we should see more of it. More hentai. Let's do more hentai. Did Invincible get raped yet? Did he get raped in the show yet? He didn't get
No,
raped.
I don't think
Oh,
you can say the R word.
oh, the R. Yeah, you can. You can definitely say the R word.
Oh,
Other podcasts have been saying the R word, which is fine. And also, it's a gay. It's what you think. It's with a woman. He gets R'd by a woman, so it's okay. It's sex.
how's your week been?
It's good, Paul. I'm doing good. Thinking a lot about the R word is what I'm doing. No, I'm just doing my thing. What's up with you? How you doing?
Been all right. I don't know. My face is breaking out like a Papa John's pizza for like the first time in
Mm-hmm.
like this bad. It's been like at least a year or two. I don't know why. My assumption is all the sweat from
Yeah,
boxing. Even though I
dude, yeah,
shower after, I take literally 2 showers a day.
me too.
I take one in the morning and then one after my workout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's
know.
so funny. So funny you mentioned breaking out. You can't see it obviously because I made myself blown out, so like a fucking pale ghost. I haven't had zits for like 2 weeks. I went on a first date today. Right before that, boom, three right here. Just I woke up and it's just like God is just laughing at me, and it's like the worst thing ever. I thought this fucking estradiol was supposed to make him disappear. Been on it for a month and I still get zits. Fucking ridiculous,
Yeah,
man.
my
I
chin's
can't believe
just
it.
breaking out bad, and I don't know why. I try not to touch it, but then you start to break out and you want to touch it more, and it all just kind of downhill from there. I don't
It's
know. I've just
yeah.
been washing it and using my acne medication on it when I can, because I
Mhm.
can't use it when I know I'm gonna go work out. Because what happens is I sweat it out and it gets in my mouth, and it's got the most foul
Mm.
taste, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it tastes just like chemicals, and I'm like,
Mm. Maybe that gets you moving more. Yeah, dude, zits are like a legitimate problem. Like, I think it runs in our family, but like having a zit as an adult makes you look like a 12-year-old. Like, it just ruins it. Not for you necessarily, because you got the beard and everything, but I get a zit, and it's like, are you 10 years old or 40? Like, I don't know what's going on with your face here. No, I learned now. I pop some of them, but don't pop anything on my forehead. I'll pop because it goes away quicker. But if I pop anything on my face down here, it stays 10 times longer. It's weird. You ever notice that? Like there's a method to the
there's
madness.
something a kid I went to school with told me. He's like, if you pop them, more come, and I swear he's right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. No, on your face. Up here though, for me, they need to get popped, dude. But
I don't get
it's not that
many
I
on the
pop them, but
forehead. It's
when
like
I
more.
shower and I scrub my face, I can't have whiteheads. That's one thing I'll never have. I'd rather have a big red splotch than a whitehead because whiteheads
Same.
are disgusting. And
Yeah.
other people I see walk around with whiteheads, I'm like, good for you that you could do that because they're doing it right. This is what you're supposed to. You're not supposed to break it. But I
Yeah.
can't. I need to break it because if I
I
have a whitehead,
can't.
I feel like I'm gross. So I
Yeah.
really have to like get rid of it, and it sucks.
And then you start to realize how many blackheads are in your nostrils, like like in your nose, dude. Like I have really thick nose pores, and like you get
Mhm.
really close. It's like, damn, dude, you got some blackheads.
Yeah.
Like I literally have to like use this tool to get them out, and it's painful.
Yeah, I don't have the blackheads really. I still haven't used the nose trimmer. I was too scared. I'm like scared to use it. I don't know. Don't go. It's a spinning. It's like putting a blade in your nose. I don't want to do that shit. I'm horrified. I'm legitimately horrified. Like
You'll be
I would assume
fine.
I'd assume it'd go in without touching the walls, but you have to like push it in, and, like force it, and that scared me, dude. So maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it after the cast when I take a shower. But they're definitely there. They're not hanging out, so that's good. Fuck nose hair, fuck zits, all that. We got to do song of the week, Paul. Paul, what have you been listening to? What's your vibe this week? What have you been feeling? Is it happy? Is it jazz? What you
Uh,
got for me this
it
week?
leads into a topic we have for later, clothing. But I found this song called "Wall of Wax" by a Australian metal band called Heavy Hitter, and I don't know.
Heard of
It's
them?
a got good riffs. The vocals are okay. The song, in my opinion, kind of like towards the ending doesn't sound as good as it does at the beginning, if that makes sense. It's like
Mhm.
one of those songs. You ever like find a song where you're like, damn, this thing's sick, and then there's like a part of the song that just like ruins it for you. It's
Yeah.
not that bad, but it's like to the point where it's like, damn, you could have like done something else here in the song and it
Mhm.
would have been 10 times better, or just kept the same as what you were doing at the beginning of the song or whatever.
That's a real issue with bands, especially Bones and Surrender Dorothy. He likes to sample this old Canadian TV show that was like a kid science show that he watched, but it has a lot of kids like talking um What Could Possibly Go Wrong. Have you heard that song? While you're out
Yeah.
there settling, yeah, he'll have that kid talking during the song and at the end, and it's just like I don't want to hear, man. Like I don't want to. I'm trying to have sex. And I don't need to hear this little kid talking. It's like what the fuck. That's a legitimate concern. That's a problem. It happened the other day. I was like, oh, just turn this off, man. It's just miserable. You got to cut that sampling of things out. But the only band that never fails, because Rush, Rush will do time signature changes. They'll change the time signature like 4 times and it still works because Rush are the greatest band of all time. But other times, man, it just doesn't hit. I'm trying to think of another one where it's just like, why did you swap? Oh, Maxo Cream. He does that a lot of the low voice Memphis funk. We're kind of like the
Yeah.
Yin Yang Coach Ball, and you'll do that throughout the song. But with him, it just sounds like shit, and I don't want to listen to that.
All right. Do you have an example of a song where they do that right? Because I can think of
Oh,
two.
well, I'd have to name every single Rush song ever.
Well, I mean, I could think of a lot more, but the two that spring to my mind is New Tooth by Rich Brian.
Okay.
It goes into a really cool orchestra symphony style thing halfway through the rapping. And
Mhm.
then, oh man, I think it's Okra by Tyler the Creator.
Okay. I don't
That
think I've heard
switches
either of
up flows a lot.
those. Mhm. I would say right off the top of my head, the only one I could think of is The Fountain of Lammoth by Rush. It's like a 15-minute song, and they legitimately change time signatures completely, like a whole different beat it's 7 times at least. So it goes into this really hard rock, like almost well, it is metal. For 1975, that was metal. So they're like screaming and they're getting the hard riffs like dun 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 dun, and then it stops, and then it goes into this kind of like um rise and staircase of this guitar where it's like dun, 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 and it just rises up into a song about some guy like getting trapped at sea and drowning to death, and it's just fucking awesome. Found the Lammoth. Listen to that's not my song of the week, but listen to that song, Paul. And that's an example of where they do it wrong because then halfway through the song they swap to like a love song part of it, and it's called Pangea. And it's awful. Like I can't listen to that 2 minutes of that song. So that's another. So I guess they don't do it right all the time, but yeah, it's another one. Don't be
Uh,
swapping at the time signatures.
August Burns Red has a song called Pangea that's really good.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The song's not called Pangea. It's different parts of it. They have like 6 parts that are split up.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know that about Rush. They have a lot of like different names for songs. Like Anagram for Mongo also goes by Anagram. YYZ instead of YYZ, or like Fear Part 4 of Ice and Hearts or something, but it's called Freeze, so like you wouldn't know. But I like that type of shit. Anyway, my song of the week isn't Rush. It's Mushroom Head. We got Mushroom Head from their debut album, Mushroom Head, Indifferent. Paul, have you ever heard the song Indifferent by Mushroom Head? Okay, it's really good because it's from their first albums. That's new. That's how you know it's good. Um, but one of the lyrics I like in it, it's kind of like weird. It's like it has techno at the beginning of it, like little techno like piano at the beginning,
Probably kind of
and then
like
it goes,
Born of Osiris.
yeah, but better, and done well, and way more heavy. But one of the lyrics is telegraphing my punches, I couldn't fight my way out of a cardboard box, and I hold my head down in disgust. And they have like maybe, I don't know, like 60 words, but they repeat it throughout the song, and it just really works. A lot of early Mushroom Heads are repeating the same hook over and over again, but it still works really well. So I really like that. I also saw that they're going on tour. Nowhere near us, unfortunately. I really would actually go see Mushroom Head, even though Jeffrey Nothing is gone. They got some guy to replace him. All the other old members are still there for the most part. Um, but yeah, I've really been listening to a decent amount of Mushroom Head. Man, they really came into their own when they started having Roxy, the female vocalist, go in on some of the later songs in like the 2010 era on like on like 13 and like Kill Tomorrow. But I really like that. And then I guess on the verse of that, I've been not listening to any Slipknot, but I saw Slipknot something really cool, Paul, you probably haven't seen. So recently, this happened in the last like month. Slipknot put up a billboard and it said, it was like really obscure. It just said slipknot.com or Slipknot or like a different .com, get ready or something like that. People are like, "What's this for?" And Paul, they did the coolest thing that I talk about that bands need to do. They did a one night show in Mexico City, I think, and they made tickets $30. That's it, no resale, and they had like maybe 600 for sale. And they put
Wow.
on all their they put on all their old costumes like they're 1999, and they came back and did a show, and it was fucking really cool because they
That's
brought in the
cool.
new drummer after Jay Reinberg, and it's really really cool, man. I was like legitimately blown away because it's like old Slipknot's back. Because it's 25 years of Slipknot, coincidentally also 25 years of SpongeBob. But dude, what you got? Oh yeah, yeah, the psychosocial mask. That's great, man. That's awesome. All Hope Is Gone. Great album. But yeah, no, I was like really, really impressed by that. The new drummer, Paul, he's fun. Like I'll have to show you the video. He's hitting those cymbals so goddamn hard. Dude, like, how is he not breaking them? Like, dude, he's just like hammering because I bet he's nervous playing with Slipknot for the first time. But oh my god,
Well,
it's
they
like
definitely
watching.
practice, right?
Well, yeah, obviously, but yeah, live, dude, live is different. It's like
It
Zach Hill
is.
playing the drums. Like, how you not bleeding right now? And Zach Hill does bleed when he smashes, from Death Grips. That guy, he smashes his hands.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think the most impressive drumming I've seen in person, like IRL, is probably Matt Greiner from August Burns Red. But again, I haven't seen a ton of others like up close.
yeah,
But like, it's like, oh my god, how does Matt Greiner like not break his
right,
wrists? And the
yeah,
way he slams the pedal,
hmm
which you don't have to hit very hard, mind you, it
no,
looks like that thing's been reinforced because it's broken before. You know,
yeah,
like
dude, they bet it is, bro. The most impressive, I think, was Alan Cassidy from the Black Dahlia murder, and then other than that, I'd say honestly, Jay Weinberg, seeing him for Slipknot was really, really cool. Like it's a great drummer. But yeah, no, Slipknot announced their 25th anniversary tour, not coming to Minneapolis. Actually, I looked, Paul, because I was curious. Slipknot hasn't come to Minneapolis in like fucking 10 years. Their last like 5 tours, you just skip over Minnesota completely. I don't know why. They're touring with
maybe
Knock
they don't
Loose.
sell well. I don't know.
They must not. They must not, dude. But anyway, they're doing their anniversary tour, which I'd love to see. Not coming near us, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. Knock Loose is touring with them. Coincidentally, Knock Loose is also releasing a new album, and they're popping off. They're bigger than ever now. Um, but yeah, one last thing I'll say about music, and then I'll dock out of here. The first death metal show was played at Denver Red Rocks. You know the famous venue, Paul. You know Red Rocks, the Denver. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'll never forget my old coworker called me while I was on vacation in Arizona, and I didn't even I was honestly surprised I had cell service. I was in Red Rock State Park, which is different, and I was on
Mhm.
the top of this peak sitting on a bench and looking over the Red Rock like canyon area. And he goes, "Hey, I have a question for you. This is that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on vacation right now, man." And he's like, "Oh, where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, Red Rock State Park." He's like, "Oh, dude, the amphitheater, it's sick. I've seen a show there." I'm like, "No,
No, you
no."
should have lied and said, "Yeah, it was a really cool
But
show."
anyways, go ahead.
The first death metal band played there, and guess who it was?
Who?
Fucking Cannibal Corpse with Frozen Soul and Amaranth, Paul. We saw Frozen Soul, and it
Yeah,
was
they're all
really
right.
they're pretty good. I like them. They're
I
that old school death metal, very
they are.
very like really old school for what they are, for how modern they are, and I get why people don't like them because they're not melodic at all, which I like.
Yeah.
Um, it was cool and also lame because if you don't know, Red Rocks does not have a pit. It's just all,
Yeah.
seats. So it's like you've seen Cannibal Corpse, but you're standing there like with seats, and it's just like, I don't know. The vibe isn't there, but I guess it's cool that it's like kind of like a historic event, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
It's outside.
that was yeah, that was neat. But
I think
yeah,
I think the fucking one of the best bands at that show we went to at that performed that night was Terror.
Terror was really fun. They're touring again.
Dude,
Of
that
course,
that that
Minneapolis.
fucking older guy vocalist goes hard. Like he doesn't fuck
Mhm.
around, dude.
No, he doesn't. That guy's like OG. I can't remember his name, but
Jumps
looking
in the
into him
fucking pit.
more, yeah, he's been on a lot of features and stuff that you don't know. But that guy is awesome. Unfortunately, they just announced a tour like a couple days ago too. Not coming to Minneapolis, which suck because I'd love to go see a Terror. And the thing about I love about those bands too, it's first the Suicide Boys. They're $30 tickets, and you can get fucked up and have a good ass time, man. For $30, if I was in Minneapolis, I'd be going to metal shows left and right, man. Oh, Possessed, that's another band. Old school death metal band, Possessed. They're going on tour. Tickets are like $20, and they've been around since like 1980. Like honestly, they're more influential than Suicide Boys will ever be. But $20. It's like fucking sold. I wish I could go to a Possessed show, but yeah, it's enough music talk, I guess. I could go into even more shit, but go see a live
Yeah, I
show.
know it's
Link will
funny.
link
Ever
will
since
it.
Prof came to town, I've seen not one, not two, but about 3 people just out in public wearing Prof shit.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He's
It's kind of
dude,
crazy.
yeah, you're like fucking Dick Rider. I'm just kidding. No, there's a bunch of bands playing this weekend. I might go to the Flame and see it. There's a bunch of bands playing.
Still going to the concert May 17th?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll pop out. Yeah. What's that? A Friday or Saturday or something?
Yeah, I
A
don't know.
Tuesday. It's a Tuesday night. I think it's
No.
a Thursday. Let me
It-
look. I can click this and find out in a second. Oh, it's a Friday. Okay, well there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go hit that. I'll go start open a pit. Be a good old time. See if I get some homies to go with me. We'll see. But yeah, more excited for Suicide Boys in 8 months. You know, kind of want to sell my ticket. Like I'm at the point where I'm like,
Why do you still go and see him, man?
they got better. Trust me, but it's the other acts. It's like Denzel and Puya, and also
That's true.
it's the fact that the people there are like fun and shit, and I just like having a good time. And I liked Suicide Boys, but yeah, I don't even fucking like, whatever. Denzel and Puya are gonna be fun though.
Can we
It's like
stop talking about music?
yeah, I guess whatever.
Yeah.
Just change whatever.
Let's talk
Just do
about
whatever.
clothing. So this ties into music.
Sure.
The song Wall of Wax by Heavy Hitter. So I found that song because I got fed an Instagram ad by a clothing company called Sunday Mass, and they make clothing for, like, I guess gym guys that are really into Jesus.
Yeah.
But like kind of not
Are you?
really. I don't know. And they have whoever's doing their video ads on Instagram needs a raise, because dude, it's like it has like some narration of the last temptation of Jesus entering the temple, and then like the money changers and telling
Yeah.
them that it's a house of prayer, and they made it a den of robbers. And then they have like it cut to like the Wall of Wax metal song with like like hitting hard, and then it has like the t-shirt spinning in 3D and like moving,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn dude, I want that t-shirt. And sure enough, I bought one but not two. I got the shirt in the bone color, which is like an off-white that says consequences on it, and it has
Yeah.
like the last temptation thing on there or whatever. And then I got a cut off, they call them beaters on their store. And it's a black one, and it has like a white, it's like a picture of Jesus jacked, and he's like breaking the cross off, and it says Sunday Mass. I don't know, I just think
Yeah, I
that
saw
that's
that.
so funny.
I feel like you ride that fine line between like being like pushing too hard towards religious people and not pushing against religion enough, because they're not religious. They're doing that to get
Yeah.
people who hate religion to buy their
Yeah.
shit, which works well. So that's pretty cool. I like that type of shit. It's like that one post where the guy's in the church and he has like a t-shirt that says Jesus is my homie or something, and he's like, you got to get out of the church, and the guy's kicking him out. I think his shirt is way more raunchy than that, but I like
That's
that type of
why
stuff.
I hope their clothing's like decent quality.
Right, dude, you could
Because I
get
don't
some
really want to give them a
shitty
shout
Julian
out,
Blank.
but check out their ads on Instagram.
Yeah.
Sunday Mass, dude. Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of a funny gimmick. Like,
yeah, you just don't know, man. That's the gamble. It's like
we made clothing for those that are kind of into God, not really, that like to work out, that also like metal.
Yeah, right. That's a great target audience there. I think it's more
I don't
ironic
know,
and
man.
weird.
That one ad I shared you had like a ton of hits on it, like 1,000, like hundreds of thousands of views.
Well, it's working for. I can tell it's working for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's doing good shit. I've been I haven't been buying any clothes, but I started wearing some older shit that I had that didn't fit me before, and I found my old Malescent shirt. It's this clothing brand that literally had 2 drops, Paul, and I bought a shirt from their drop, and it has like a wizard on, and it says Malescent. It's purple, like the wizard is, and he's like casting a spell. And I was like, oh, I wonder what Malescent is up to. They haven't uploaded in a year. Like they're done, bro. So like I was wearing their shirt. I tempted to post and be like, I'm the only one wearing your shit. Sponsor me. Because I was like, people comment on it, like, what's up with that shirt? I'm like, oh, it's a brand who never did anything besides this shirt. Like they don't exist anymore.
Oh,
So I think it's
really?
kind of neat. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've been wearing a lot of that.
Well, were they big at all?
No, they got like 200 followers on Instagram. No, the only reason I bought it is because they're $10 shirts. And I'm like, cool. That was literally their first drop. I saw Foul Play did their annual warehouse sale. I missed out on that, which is fine. But this time they did it a little different. Instead of just placing items like old items because they did the warehouse sale, they did mystery items. So for $22, you can get a mystery pair of pants bottom, which is, dude, I wish
Yeah.
I got that because
Well,
that's
I
a
would
really good
never do
deal.
the mystery.
No, because you probably get some shit.
No, yeah, don't buy hats from Foul Play. You heard it here,
Yeah,
folks.
Paul has a problem with foul. Oh, this is literally what I'm wearing is literally Foul Play. The history. See, this is when
Foul
Foul Play was
Play.
cool. Urgium murder. I
Send
made it
me
to a
a send me a fucking hat maybe that isn't bent half the
Yeah,
time. And don't make up
fucked
for
it.
it by throwing free socks in, because it doesn't make up for it. And I look like an asshole with the hat on. You might as well just not even sent the hat.
You might as well
have just sent me an empty box with an IOU in it.
I like remember we talked about this. They're like, they're like, oh, his package his hat. Crunk. All right, send him a pair of socks and be all right with it. So you fucking asshole.
Throw a fucking Bic lighter with Foul Play written on the side of it in there too.
That's pretty cool. That's rare. That's a hype beast thing, Paul. This I got from actually so funny you mentioned. I got this shirt from a warehouse sale for $10. Steal, bro. History of America's orgy of murder. People don't like this one. People are like, what's going on with that? That's when Foul Play was metal. Dude, they had that Richard Ramirez shirt. I wish I got that one. You know who that is? The Night Stalker. And it said, see you in Disneyland, because that's the last thing he said before they executed him.
Yeah.
That was dark, bro.
I don't know what to do with my Foul Play top and bottom because it doesn't fit me anymore. I've lost too much weight.
I'll take them. I'll buy them from you. I'll give you $20. $20 a pair. the jacket doesn't fit you
like
anymore?
that jacket. You like that jacket.
I like the jacket. Is it embroidered on the back or is it screen printed?
It's screen printed.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's one of those stiff work jackets where like I feel like the screen print is on there pretty goddamn thick.
Oh, it will. No, it won't go away because Foul Play.
I haven't washed it. I haven't washed the pants either.
We'll keep talking because I didn't know we were gonna do clothing talk. I got something cool to show y'all. You like this?
Well, clothing's on the fucking topic list. What do you mean you didn't think?
Yeah, well, I didn't know we were gonna talk about right off the bat. I've been added stitches to the Foul Play pants.
Oh, that's sick.
Patches and
so you're ruining the resale value?
I would never resell this.
Is that Rorschach?
Yeah, I got Rorschach, and then I'm gonna put the quote, the world will look up and ask, save us, and I'll whisper no. I got some Cannibal Corpse. I have like 8 more patches I gotta add to this. I got the butchered at birth baby on here. And then,
Jackson, I think you might need to find God.
These are crust pants. What do you mean find God, bro?
I'm just joking.
You need to be more metal, man. People are such fucking pussies. That's a problem.
I've been thinking about finding God lately.
Thinking about finding God. You want to go to church or something? Why would you want to do that? I will actually not even do the podcast with you if you start going to church. That's so based and cringe, bro.
I don't think I'd ever go to church, but I'm starting to see why people do faith. But I don't think I'd ever do it. Because I don't know. I think believing in a higher power than yourself can be beneficial for some people. I think that's how some people, even that aren't religious, that are really like good, like world athletes, have to believe in something better than themselves in a way. But you also have to believe you're the greatest. So
organize. Okay, actually, you gotta take that back. Find faith, Paul, but don't find an organized religion.
Oh yeah, fuck no. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just first of all, if you want to find religion, take a dose of mushrooms, dog. Take 10 grams to get.
No, I've just been kind of.
That's the face of someone that's never taken mushrooms and seen the higher power, Paul. It's all around you.
I'm a
good boy. You have no idea, man. What?
I'm a good boy. Sorry. Me and my tiny little polo. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, you are. You do look like an upstanding citizen, right?
Yeah,
now. Not like first. I look like a fucking
you should see what fucking bottoms I'm wearing with this. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What are you wearing? Show us your bottoms. Show us those bottoms. Wait, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? Team Sash, it doesn't even work. Well, as long as we're showing bottoms. Boom, FTP undefeated, baby. Yes, sir. Big ups. We're swole, boys. Look at that. Look at that. Swole. Strong. Paul, we might be able to beat up like 90% of podcasts out there. I could beat up any of the PKA guys. I could beat up Dick Masterson and Beto at the same time. Who else do you think you could beat up? I couldn't beat up Joe Rogan. He might kill me.
Did you see? Did you see what I did on Twitter?
No, what'd you do?
Keemstar posted quick. Post the best influencer matchup you want to see. Bonus points if you put like a poster or like a fight card thing. I
Yeah.
didn't do that, but I just put Paul from Gutterball Pod at, and I tagged Froggy Fresh.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, I'd be worried about Froggy, man. He might fuck you up.
He might fuck me up. No, that, or I was gonna post me against Critical
Yeah,
because I
I'd
think I
beat
could
up
beat him.
Critical. Nah, you wouldn't. You gotta remember these people have Froggy doesn't, but Critical has money to get the best training out there.
Oh yeah,
Froggy,
like you're
Froggy, you
talking
could probably
like
beat up.
you're talking like you need to be able to beat somebody that doesn't have to work a full-time job that has unlimited resources. Basically.
Froggy. Froggy is a more of he doesn't work a full time job, but yeah, you're right. That's the problem. Why don't we go and fight each other? Because I'd win. I'd be too
Well,
much.
now that I'm gonna be cleared, well, we could talk about this. I'm gonna be cleared and ready to spar, probably about this week. So
Hmm.
why don't you come in and get booked? Pay the money.
I have to get an apartment first and then figure out finances,
I
or I
figure that.
generally would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I legitimately do. Like, I don't get me wrong. I think about that a lot lately. Is like I want to go back to the actual gym, but got the gym out there, doing my own thing. It's nice, but I
Would you go
definitely
if
that's
I still am going?
what do you mean? If you're still
Like
going?
like once you get settled in a place, would you come?
Yeah, if it has yeah, once I get my money and check and all that. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely I will. You know how I'd be. It's gonna be fun. That's cool.
Hey,
I
I
you
know.
were
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You go. I'm
No, I
done.
was about to change the topic. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm done. You go ahead.
No, what were you gonna
I
say?
forgot after you interrupted me. I have literally no idea what I was gonna say.
Something
I
about
had to
sparring?
stop. No, I was kidding. No, no, you were cleared to spar months ago. You just didn't have faith in yourself. But then Zach gave him the green light. He gave him the badge. He gave him the little star belly sneech. He gave him one of those. Gave him a slap on the back and said, "Go at it, kid." So
I
good for
don't think
you,
that's how it went.
man. Snar, yeah. I don't know. I
I'm not really nervous to spar. Um,
should be.
what'd you say?
Said you should be. Should be
Really?
fucking
I'm not
horrified.
nervous to
No,
spar.
that's good
What
that
I'm
you're not.
nervous for is that I'm gonna womp someone too fucking hard.
You won't. You
You're
won't.
positive.
You'll be okay. Yeah, I'm 100% positive. Are you trying to?
I hit.
Then
Shane
you
said
won't.
he's like, you hit me pretty fucking hard, and I'm like, well, I've also that's the only time I ever sparred. I wasn't wearing headgear. I wasn't wearing a mouthpiece, and he also hit me pretty hard. So I hit
Mhm.
him as hard as I fucking could.
Right. Yeah. No, no, no. You'll be fine. You're not gonna hurt
Not really
anybody.
as
If
hard
you're
as I could, but
that was my main well, I mean, cause think about it. Whatever you give, the person is gonna give back. It's cause like if you hit me hard, well, I'm gonna hit you. It's kind of like with that Sam Hyde sparring items. It's like I don't want to hit him hard because however hard I hit Sam Hyde, he's gonna hit me back 10 times harder. So just gotta keep that in mind. But no, I've accidentally walloped some people for sure because you get caught up and well also you lined up perfectly, they lined up perfectly to get clipped. And it's like, not my problem, bro. Like I pulled my punch. You just put your head right in front of me. Like Glenn has hit me so hard that I've like was like I feel like walking out of the vault and fall. Everything was all white. I'm like, for like 2 seconds, and
yeah,
that's when I stepped into his right, and that was on me. Like I wasn't him. I
yeah.
was just being dumb.
Devontae's a bigger kid that goes there, and
Mhm.
this other big guy named Tim. And
Yeah,
I guess they were sparring, and Devontae just like walked into a hook from Tim, and these are like big boys. And
yeah,
Devontae said he was seeing black, like he
yeah,
couldn't see, like
yeah.
he was literally
Yeah.
wobbled.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You're definitely gonna get hurt. Like you're not gonna be at the end of the sparring. Your head's gonna hurt like crazy. You're gonna be like, oh, my head and my body hurts, just the way it is. But then you get used to it, and you get kind of addicted to that. But yeah, you just gotta be scared to hurt people, and you can't be scared to get hurt yourself. And if you don't have nerves already, Paul, good for you because I was nervous as hell sparring my first time. So I think you're gonna be good into it.
There's a difference
Have a
between
good
being
time.
nervous now, though, but being nervous when I'm getting the headgear on and putting the mouthpiece in. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
Like right now,
Yeah,
it's like,
no,
oh,
absolutely, yeah.
fucking whatever.
Oh
But
yeah,
like, I'm
whatever.
sure as soon as I like lace up, get the headgear put on, mouthpiece in, it's gonna be like, oh shit, like this is gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Just keep in mind, all the pain you're gonna feel is gonna happen 2 hours after you're done, not during. You're not gonna
Yeah.
feel anything during.
Oh yeah, I didn't feel
So,
anything when I was sparring Shane. Even when I got kicked in the face by Lee, I didn't feel
yep.
anything, even though
And
my
then you'll
nose was
wake up
bleeding.
or take a shower when you're done, and you're gonna be like, "Man, I fucking hurt so much." Yeah, so instead adrenaline and shit, so that's fun. That's fun, though. That's
You know who
cool.
wants to come over and spar me in a couple weekends, or wants me to go over there and spar him?
Nick?
John Guitar.
Oh, yeah, you were saying that.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you can show me some footwork. I'm like, dude, that's like my weakest. I'm terrible. I have horrible
Doesn't
footwork.
He do MMA though? Isn't
Yeah, he
that
does MMA, but he just said he doesn't have. He's like, oh, maybe with boxing you can show me good footwork. I'm like, I'm the last person you want to talk to about
yeah.
footwork, buddy. I think that's my weakest link. I think I have pretty okay speed, pretty okay power. My footwork's horrible.
And note this on you, but I'd say go to a trainer because someone gives you bad footwork advice. Like it's hard to correct that shit, man. Like there ain't no coming back from that. It takes a while. So it's like just do MMA. Don't even box. But that's
Me?
the thing that boxers no him. That's the thing that boxers get a lot of credit for is their footwork. Like all the other fighting things are like boxing has the best footwork of all of them. And yeah, it's gonna feel weird for him because you're gonna have such a wide stance. He's not gonna be used to it for
Or
boxing.
well,
John
don't
Katara.
don't MMA fighters have more of a wide stance?
No, they
I
have
guess it
a
depends.
instant because you're gonna get takedown. I guess it depends on what you're doing, yeah. But if you have a wide stance like in boxing and MMA, they're just gonna double leg you or grab your legs or sweep you. That's why you gotta have it
I don't
tighter.
think
That's
boxing's that wide of a stance, though. You're just
pretty wide.
you
To
just
me, it
stand
is at
tall,
least. Oh,
kind of.
sure. I have
There's a
mine
little
pretty
bend in the
wide.
knees. It depends on
Um,
what people like, what your discipline is. Like you'll see
I
guys
just
in
yeah,
UFC, they got a fucking karate background and they look like street fighters, and their fucking legs are
yeah.
stretched out like a train, and they're hopping.
Maybe maybe I'm thinking about Muay Thai. Muay Thai stance is very close. That's the one I'm
It's
thinking of compared
close,
to
and they're
boxing.
always tapping their legs and lifting their knees for feints and checking kicks.
Yeah.
And that's why Zach was calling me Happy Feet, because he's like, have you ever trained Muay Thai? I'm like, no. He's like, stop fucking putting your foot up like that, or like moving
Yeah.
forward like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just
Yeah.
fucking hit the bag here, you know?
Yeah, your feet really shouldn't be coming off the ground very much. It should be pivoting, but not really coming. Actually, at all, they shouldn't be coming off the ground. So, yeah, happy feet. That's a good way to describe you. I've
Yeah.
never watched that movie. Never seen that. Never seen that Penguin movie. I don't think I need to.
Does Morgan
Never seen it.
Freeman narrate that one, or is that a different? Am I getting Penguin movies mixed up?
That's like that Disney. That's like the animal wildlife thing. Doesn't he narrate that? The
Yeah,
Call of the
yeah,
Penguins, where like the
yeah,
penguins are
yeah,
like starving to death in Antarctica or some shit.
yeah.
He's like, narrate as this penguin loses its life. We're gonna film it from a distance. Like, it's like what the fuck?
Hey,
Why Morgan Freeman?
we were talking about clothing. I guess we can wrap it up too. Is like, you have something on here about underwear. What were you gonna say about underwear?
Oh my god, bro, dude, this has been a problem. I had to buy new underwear. You know, you lost weight when your underwear just stops fitting. Like I have
Oh
that
yeah,
fitted underwear that it's literally fit me for like a year. Then I tried to wear it like a week ago, and I'm like, oh my god, it's sliding off my body, like literally sliding down. And now I use like my pants and I put it up and then tighten my belt so I don't lose it because I don't want. Dude, underwear, man. Like I have like obviously this underwear is not even that old. It's like 3 to 6 months old, really. And you can have underwear up for 10 years. As a man, you can wear it until you blow on it and it disappears. That's how long underwear lasts. And yeah. Yeah. It's like no, I swear that's how it is. Yeah, dude, it was a real issue lately. I'm just like, man, my underwear doesn't fit me anymore. I just get fat again and it'll fit me. Everything will fit me. But then at first, like I was saying, that my lesson shirt, that fits me now. Didn't fit me before. So everything's given return, but I need new underwear. I need to get some Calvin Klein stuff. Gets handed to you once you start to ask your dial. They just give you Calvin Klein. It's like a meme. So I'm gonna get some nice
so
shit.
I'm glad you had that topic on here because okay, for the last like 3 years since I moved down to the cities until I moved back up here, I had been considering moving away from boxers and literally getting whitey tighties or something
Panties.
similar. Yeah, like something similar, right? Like a whitey tighty look. You know, they make sportier ones or whatever too. Because I thought that they'd be more comfortable. Like as far
A
as like
thong.
what?
Nothing.
No, I thought they'd be more comfortable as far as like support.
Yeah.
And because with working out, not just boxing, I thought boxers kind of sucked. Like they're just not great.
Mhm.
And so the reason why I was like, oh, I should buy them. You want to know why I never bought them until like literally last week to try them out? It's because in the fucking cities, every Walmart, Target, and clothing store has the underwear locked up behind glass. And I need to ask somebody to look at the goddamn underwear. And I was always like, every time I'd go, I'd be like, oh yeah, I should go see if oh, that's right, they're locked up. Fuck this. I'd walk away because it's just the inconvenience of me having to bother somebody to open up fucking underwear for me to look. And I'd have to stand there because I don't know which ones I want. And so we were at the Walmart in Superior and they don't lock their shit up because people don't fucking steal all the time over here, I guess. And
Surprising.
yeah. And so I probably should have gotten the cotton ones, but I got like a nylon or like a stretchy, like
Hmm.
whitey tighty style, but they're like black, gray, and green, like 3 different colors, triple pack. They're like $15. Dude, it is not comfortable.
Yeah.
It's the nylon, the material's fine, but that support I thought that would be there, it's like worse than
Mhm.
having boxers.
Yeah, dude.
And I think, like, is
Okay,
there
it's
a good in between? Like, I know they make those boxers that got the support and hug well, but they don't rise. Really, to me, the
rise up.
main
Yeah.
thing is they don't rise up, and a lot of mine right now don't rise up.
Yeah. We've had that
However, you ever used you ever tried the Duluth Trading like super expensive buck naked underwear?
problem.
Don't even.
I
They
wasn't
ride
gonna.
like they ride up. Like they always ride up, and it's like, why do people think these are good? And it's like literally $25 for one single pair of underwear.
God damn. Holy shit. Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
they ride up, and I'm
Weird.
like, what the fuck? Fuck this. Like they're made out of a cool, comfortable material that are like breathable, but and they have that like support, but they rise up all the time. They always fucking like, and
They rise
I
up,
hate
that's a
that.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it's like it cannot rise up. It's got to have good support. But then the majority of the boxers I have right now don't have a lot of good support, but they don't rise up. And I was just looking for like more support. But these like the whitey tighty style panty whatever, where there's like no length.
That's
It's
so
it's not
bad, dude.
good.
They ride up
It's
and they shave. See,
they don't ride up. They definitely chafe.
they definitely, yeah, they don't ride up because there's nothing to ride up.
Yeah.
Like so there's
But
nothing. There's
but
not
it
nothing
feels
there.
weird
But
because they're already like rode up.
right
But
there,
there's
yeah, they
nothing
are
there.
right. Yeah,
So
that's
you're
why I don't
like
wear 'em.
trying to pull down
Look,
nothing that's there.
I
Why
I
didn't we
didn't
figure
buy it.
this out yet? Why isn't
Yeah,
there a
why we
perfect
got? God
underwear?
damn it! How have we not
Somebody
figured out the
fucking
pants tin as well? The pants
yeah.
tin is a real problem.
Yeah, the pants.
Uh,
Somebody fucking link me proper underwear that's like boxer. They make like boxer briefs that got
problems
like the
with underwear,
support.
don't you?
I
have real
do.
problems with underwear because I have to
They're
start like
made
wearing.
wrong. We
Yeah.
need to start. We need to start this. We need to start an underwear company.
Well, this is a little out there, but I have to start wearing bras and shit.
We'll call
'cause-
it gutter balls underwear.
Yeah, Gutterball's underwear. I wear like women's underwear like half the days of the week, but that shit's so hard finding shit that fits you. But I'm gonna have to start wearing bras because my tits are starting to kind of hurt a little bit, and like that's a legitimate thing I have to do because they're gonna grow. Like a legitimate, that's a problem. Don't go like that. That's a legitimate issue as a trans
I
person.
know.
Like I gotta
I
find.
know. I'm trying not
I
to
gotta,
be.
I
I'm
gotta,
trying to.
I gotta find a
I
bra
know.
that fits me well, but I don't want to go try on bras in the store. I mean, I could, but it's like I don't know. It's weird. But underwear's an issue. Paul just hates this. Underwear's a real problem, man.
I
We
don't
gotta figure,
hate it. I
we gotta
don't
figure
hate
out the underwear issue.
No, I'm just sick of my fucking balls hurting all the time or
Yeah.
something riding up.
That's
like
an issue too. Well, I guess if we're talking about underwear
that's
being
an
locked up,
issue, too.
I went to the Hermantown, and also that my balls do hurt. My balls are hot. My balls are hot.
Why do I imagine you like going to Hermantown, like bouncing on your balls like Randy when he has fucking cancer in South
That's
Park?
like I hate that episode. I love the idea of it, but it's just awful. Like I
Hey
just
Stan,
don't
can
even
you
want
get me another beer out of the fridge? Stan, he's got his fucking balls in the microwave.
I love Randy's the best character from that show,
Oh
hands
yeah,
down.
the
I
sword
went
of
to
a
the
thousand
Hermantown Walmart
truths.
like a week ago, and they got all them Legos locked up. They got all the Legos locked up, dude. I was like, what? People are stealing Legos, and
But you see the
dude,
fucking price of those fucking kits now?
yeah, dude, they're so expensive, bro. It's not even fucking funny. See, Target's been putting the security things on it. Fuck God, that thing's gay.
No, that fucking bat bike was like the
$100,
only thing I could
80
find that
bucks.
was reasonably affordable.
80, $75, 80
I
bucks.
think it was like 50 or 60 or something.
Yeah, that's what they are at Target, I think. But yeah, at Target, I work retail, and they mentioned it because I was like to my ETL because security has increased like tenfold. Like, okay, when I started there, you'd never see an AP guy ever. I never see asset protection. I knew who they were because they'd be undercover and shit. Now, dude, they're doing laps around the store the entire day. Like, I can't go like a full 30 minutes without seeing an AP walking around. Some of them are undercover, some of them aren't. But I talked to my ETL. I'm like, what's going on with this? It's like, yeah, people are stealing so bad here. It's become a real problem. And I see people steal a lot. And you know what? I report them sometimes. But some of the time, I'm like 80% sure you're not stealing, but I don't even want to say you are because you're not allowed
Yeah,
to say
it's
anything.
bad to accuse. Yeah.
No, I can't say anything. It's the AP. But there have just been some blatant people that are stealing like crazy. Motherfuckers are getting tackled and shit. Not by our guys, but uh I shouldn't have said this. But yeah, no, it's people are stealing is a real problem. I love Target though because a a lot of times we'll have like panhandlers right outside the building, and they'll come outside work, and they'll be like,
I see what
"There's
you
some change."
fucking wrote over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I
That's
shouldn't have put that. Well, I
horrible.
mean, guess it, Paul. I won't talk about it anyway. So, in New Jersey, a Target employee stops three women stealing shopping cart with nearly $600 in merchandise. She does stop them for the most part. Don't do that. You know what happened to that lady, Paul? The Target employee? They fired her. They didn't
Yep.
put it. They didn't put it on the article, but I know they fired her because if you try to do something like that, you're done. It doesn't matter. She didn't even touch them. You're out of
Creates a
here.
legal problem for Target if something
Yep.
were to have happened.
Yep, you're out. So that's like more like dude, all day I find like open packages of shit. I see people stealing. I'm like, I don't want to get fired, man. So I'm not gonna say shit. My life isn't worth it. You know what I mean? And it's up to honestly, it's up to like sometimes at some point it's up to the customers. Like, have you seen those videos of that big guy that's like knocking out these women as they try to steal, bro? He's
Yeah.
like a customer. He's just haymaking them in the face. He's like, I'm sick of this shit. That's kind of what we need to
Yeah.
do, bro.
Well,
Because the
have you
stealing's a
ever,
problem.
have you ever seen those reports where like a guy snaps and either
Yeah.
murders a few people or hits people or does something he shouldn't have?
Jesus.
That guy that usually does that is because of situations like that. Like I'm talking like, oh, dude was an upstanding citizen. He always didn't even have a parking ticket. Guy was normal. I'm not talking about mass shooters. Those guys are clearly mentally ill. I'm talking about people where in like a brink of a moment something happens and it's like after years and years of just people letting people steal. Oh, I'm just gonna let that guy walk out of the Target. I don't work here. It's not my responsibility, but we're just gonna like let people steal and the police will deal with it later. We'll get a police report. I don't know, man. I feel like people see enough of that shit, and eventually that's why you see those guys like snap, where you see videos
Yeah.
like guys throwing haymakers at people fucking stealing shit because I
There's
don't know.
one thing, and they not the
I feel like
thing
the
is,
cops don't
Paul,
do enough
they're
sometimes.
not stealing soap or toiletries, they're stealing makeup and Legos, apparently. It's like one thing first, it's like one thing if you're stealing soap because you need fucking soap, you retard, or winter gloves, but you're not. You're stealing $100 worth of cosmetics because you know it's expensive, and you're stealing cigarettes and shit. Well, hard to steal cigarettes now. But, if you need soap, by the way, and you're homeless, go knock on someone's door. 100% of the time, they're gonna hand you a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Someone knocks on your door right now, Paul, and is like, "Yo, man, I really need some soap." You're like, "All right, like whatever, just get
Well, it
away from
depends on
me."
how
Here's
homeless
soap.
they look. If there's some
Well,
fucking
exactly. Well, no, yeah, you're
vagrant
not
on
gonna. You
my,
don't want them around you. You say, "Get the soap and get the
I'm
fuck
gonna
out of
be
here." Here's
answering and the
soap.
SIG's behind my back. Can I help you, sir?
Yeah,
Yeah.
legitimately, that's what you would do. Yeah, yeah. But be
Yeah.
like, I'm giving you soap, but just go away. Dude, I had such a weird dream, bro, because I've been having wild ass dreams. I had a dream that like a homeless guy was like stealing from a garage, and like we had to chase him down and beat him up. Like it was weird, bro. I almost tweeted that in the morning. I'm like, I had
Hey,
a
that
dream where I
guy's
beat up a
stealing. Let's
homeless
kick his
man.
ass. Yeah.
No, he was in our garage. It was so vivid, Paul, and he had this like weird motorbike, Paul. And like me, it was so weird. Me and Mary's boyfriend, I had to get him outside. I'm like, Anthony, come on. This is so vivid, bro. Like, Anthony, come on, we gotta go beat this guy's ass. And we whipped his ass, bro. So vivid. I destroyed his motorbike. And then, bro, you know what's fucked
Tore
up?
it
I
apart.
this
You're
right
like
hand of
ripping
God.
the
Is how,
handlebars off and slashing the tires.
yeah, legitimately, it's what I did because he left it in our garage. So I smashed it. We beat him unconscious and dragged him and left him in the street. Like, this is so vivid dream. And then I woke up. Like, dude, this homeless guy, I still know what he looks like. We were beating him down. That was a great dream, man. I wish I had more dreams like that. It's so cool. Then I woke up and then everything sucked again. But yeah, go beat up go beat up the stealing homeless. Do that. Do that. Be we need more Batmans. We need like a Batman. Have you ever had like a superhero type situation ever that like would work out? You think it could ever work out? It couldn't, right? There's no way unless it had superpowers. It can't be a
Unless
Batman.
there was some way that the law couldn't find them somehow. I mean, maybe, but I don't know, dude. There's too many in real life, there's too many variables.
Yeah, you get shot.
The
Like,
show
Batman
that
just
yeah,
gets shot.
the show in TV shows, movies, it's always like, oh, just the perfect thing happens at the perfect time for this person to be able to do this and take on six guys. Okay, how about give two of those six guys an actual like weapon?
You're
That
done.
guy's getting killed. Like that the guy
Literally,
that's dressed up. I don't care if he's wearing Kevlar. You get hit once, it still hurts. Like
You're
you
laying
shot
down.
once.
Remember this: two guys half your size will kick your ass, and you can do nothing about it.
Yeah.
You'll literally do nothing about it. It doesn't work. Like Batman, he fights 8 guys at once. If they all tackled him, he's done.
Yeah.
Batman, if you shoot him in the head, he's dead. You can't survive a gunshot to the head, even to the chest. You're laying down, which sucks. I'd love a Batman type situation, going around beating up, trying to buy an eighth. He comes over and breaks your arm, throws you in the gutter, beats you up.
He
Hot shot
fucking, he's
Batman.
like, "What's this? A chillum?" He fucking takes it and
Yeah.
spikes it into your forearm, and it shatters. Ah,
He
yeah.
punching Brandon people, dude, with the bat symbol. Man, Batman's fucking sick.
No,
We need
I
more
hate to
Batman.
sound like earlier we were talking about like people that snap. It's like I hate to sound like the boomer, like, oh, like I see red and I could do this. I don't believe that by any means. I don't think anybody should take justice into their own hands. But I also think there needs to be a line where like if you're seeing somebody actively committing a crime and like no official person's doing it. But again, it's just property. So it's like, whatever. Do I care that
Well,
Target's losing money or whatever big box store? But it's also like, how many times do you have to see that though until you do something? You know what I'm saying?
what you need to do is if dude, here's my stance though, and I haven't had this happen to me, thank God. But if I see someone getting physically assaulted and I think that they're in danger of life, if you don't do anything, you're a fucking pussy. I'm sorry, but if you see a guy beating up on a woman and you don't even try, I know
That's
it's
true.
not your problem. You're kind of a pussy because I don't know how I'm gonna react in that. I've never had that situation, and I don't want to say I am very badass, but you always see those fights where like somebody will get on top of someone else, and it's like the fight's over, bro. She said you like I see this a lot. This happens a lot. Somebody calls a woman, or this one video I saw the other day. This lady pushed a girl and she fell. So the girl came back and grabbed this girl and was haymaking her, punching her in the face. Valid. But you got your 3 punches in, you're done. Don't fucking kill her. And then people pull her back. Some guy's like, girl, you knocked her out. You're done. Like you're good. Like you don't need to go further than that, you know?
Yeah.
So thank God I never seen that. I had some. Did I tell you, Paul? I had some people try to take my bag the other day when I was walking
No.
on. I was walking on Lake Avenue. You know, we
Why were
go
you
keep going
walking on Lake Avenue?
because I was going to therapy. It's right there,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
full. It was 2 p.m. It was a sunny Thursday afternoon. What do you mean I can't walk on? Well, not Lake
Bro,
Avenue.
the
It was
type
on
of
like First
people
Street.
that walk near Lake Ave, even when I go to
No,
boxing at 5 p.m., look like shitheads. The
they
people that hang
do,
out in
dude.
front of Jungle Boy are shitheads.
Shitheads, yeah, dude. Like it was down there. You know where like the intersection is, and if you keep going straight, you'll hit the movie theater. If you keep going all the way down, it was that stretch where like the technology village. You know where Vita's Pizza is?
Yeah.
It was that. It was literally right next to there. I had, you know how I knew they were gonna try and take my shit because I was going into the technology village and I see them and they're all every single one of them was wearing masks, of course, literally like masked up, like balaclavas, Paul. Legit, I'm not even making this shit up. I forgot, I totally forgot about this. Was like a couple days ago, and you know how I knew they were gonna take my shit because I'm going for the door and I have my bag hanging, and then I look at them and I immediately clutch it, but they went to the same door I was going to before I was. So I like they were like going right to the door and I opened the door and it closed behind me. And like they were like took one step in and then went back because there's security right in the technology village right there. Like always a guy sitting there. So that's how I knew they were trying to take my shit because they opened the door and then immediately turned around when they realized they couldn't take my shit. But I was like, what the fuck? And coincidentally, right before that, right when I was walking, a homeless guy was screaming about something. He's like, "Oh man, I hate all this." I walk right by him. Yeah, blah, blah. Dude, we need to open the insane asylums or to get those like big old things they use for dogs and wrap it around their neck and fucking pull them down, dude. And just, dude, we need to do something about that. Like
Get
legitimate, we
animal
need
control
cartoon nets,
for
bro.
rabid homeless or
Yeah,
something.
rabid, dude. We need to
We
stop
got
that
rabid
shit, bro.
homeless problem.
Dude,
Um,
people nodding on the street and shit is not okay. We need to open
so
asylums again.
when I was leaving Jungle Boy boxing the other day, it was dark or getting dark because it was the 7 p.m. class. So I got out of there like
Yeah.
8:30. And there were literally like there's a lady on like an electric scooter that wasn't even like riding it. She was like pushing it. I could tell it was electric though. And a dude with her wearing a ski mask and like two other friends behind them. And they like as I was getting in my car and started my car, dude that was walking by the ski mask just like kept looking at me and kept looking
Yeah.
at me even as he walked by. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you gonna try to do? Hop in my car? Like what's going on here? But no, I've just noticed downtown's gotten it seems
Oh,
pretty dangerous, man.
it's really bad. And of course, my brother is a cop. And he mentions that it's fucking bad down there. But I haven't gone downtown because I had no reason to. But now I'm going to the clubs and shit. It's not good, bro. It's a real issue, and people need to clean that shit up. I haven't felt that in danger, except I didn't even feel in danger when they were trying to grab my bag because legit, I have a pocket knife everywhere I go. It's always in my pocket.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm like,
was
at worst case Ontario, I got to stab, but like I'm gonna run first. And I can run pretty fucking fast. Trust me. You know, I can get moving. Um, but I haven't felt in danger, dude. But the people and the drug addicts that I can see nodding off on the street is like it's fucking sad. I've never seen it, but I guess I haven't been downtown. But
I don't carry any knives with me when I go to boxing. I probably should. Well, I can't carry my switchblade because those are illegal in Minnesota.
Pussy. Carry it.
I could carry my other knife, but
Up
I
to
don't know.
5
I
inches.
feel like I don't need to use a knife. If someone's gonna try to
No, I
mug
don't
me,
need to. No, I'm never gonna pull the knife. The point of the knife is the end of the knife is a window breaker. That's how I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna go like this with it. I'm not gonna just flick the knife out. It's like kind of
oh, is
like
that
brass
little
knuckles at the end
nub?
of the day. Yeah, the nub. Yeah, dude,
Oh,
that shit will
my
fucking hurt
my
you.
switchfwitchblade has. I was wondering what that was. My
It's a
switchblade
window
has that on
breaker.
the bottom.
Yeah, dude, you get hit with that, you're done. And it's always remember, if you feel like your life's in danger, just turn around and run. Like that's your best
Yeah.
option, man. And I could run. Like I said, I'll be out of there. You want to be like Speedy Gonzalez up in that bitch? I'll be gone. Is that racist? Can I say Speedy Gonzalez? Is that okay, or is that fine? YouTube,
I don't know.
Speedy Gonzalez. I'll be out of there. Beep beep. I'll leave a little dust trail and everything. It'll be a good old time. But yeah, you gotta worry about people. People are sus, man. People are sus. Real sad situation we face ourselves in.
Hey, can
Well,
we
we're
talk
gonna
about
talk about.
movies?
We can talk about movies. Yeah, go ahead. I was
You
gonna
sure?
do one more. I was gonna do a body cam thing that I wanted to talk about. That was
Oh,
disturbing.
we'll do that. We'll do that next year. So,
Okay.
welcome to the recurring segment, somewhat. TV shows and movies. Okay, Shogun. You know, we talked about this on the show before.
Yeah.
That show's gotten ruined for me. Not only
Yeah,
are other
I think you're
podcasts
saying that.
saying the ending of the first season was terrible, our brother said it wasn't very good. And now that I'm like 2 or 3 episodes from the end of the first season, I don't even want to finish it. Like, it's really lost me in the last 2 episodes where it's gotten very dull and not much going on and a lot of this political crap going on. And I don't know, man. So that show, I'll probably finish the first season at some point, but it's not really on my watch list anymore. Now that it's just like everyone's shitting on it, it kind of bums me out too.
Yeah,
Now
that's
that I kind
why
of know, yeah,
that's why I won't watch Game of Thrones. Every fan I talk to is like, it's the greatest show ever. Just don't watch the last season. And I'm
yeah,
like, why?
it's
That's why I don't
same,
recommend anyone to Dexter. Like, hey,
yeah.
Dexter's great, but don't watch any of the old past season 4 because it's shit. So
And then I found this not new. I found this TV show that's new to me that my girlfriend and I are really enjoying watching called Chuck from 2007.
oh
Have you
yeah.
seen Chuck?
Yep. Yep. I've seen bits and pieces. Never finished it, but I've definitely seen it.
So far pretty spicy, you know. Dude gets all of the government secrets like basically embroiled into his brain, and now he's
Mhm.
like in between a CIA agent and an NSA agent, and they're just making his normal life kind of hell.
Yeah, the one scene I remember from Chuck is where he's like handcuffed to a bed and he like dislocates his thumb to get away.
Oh,
Some
I
woman
haven't
handcuffed
seen
to
that
the
yet.
bed, and I'm like, is this how all women are? And I guess it just ruined my perception of them for the rest of my life. That's the only memory I have of Chuck. I always get it confused with Barry for some weird reason. Honestly, when I started watching Barry, I'm like, is this Chuck? And then I looked it up, like that's a different show, man. They kind of
Was
look
it
like similar
was
dudes.
it the movie was it the movie Good Luck Chuck with Dane Cook? Did you ever see that one?
No,
Is that
that
what it's
sounds
called? Good Luck
terrible.
Chuck?
No, I don't know. I
It's
haven't
like,
seen it.
dude, okay. People can hate on Dane Cook as much as they want, especially with his
Will.
Botox and how terrible he looks now. But dude, he had some pretty good comedies or rom-coms from like the 2000s era. Like, is that a movie? Is that a real
Yeah,
movie?
it came out in it's got 2007. It's got 50%, so it's not bad. Wait, what's he look like now? Does he look
Dude,
terrible?
look up
Oh,
look up Dane Cook like recently.
dude.
The
Oh
Botox ruined
no.
him, dude.
Oh
Didn't it?
no.
Dude, he looks like
Dang.
Jay Leno. They ruined him,
They fucked
right?
dude up.
Yeah.
They did him dirty, dude. The only bit I
I'm
remember
sorry,
of
Dane
him.
Cook. I still love your work. If you'd ever want to come on the podcast, you're welcome here. But you might have to turn the camera off.
Yeah, you and Dane can have an episode. I'll just sit that one out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to turn the camera off.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on the
Yeah.
podcast. Just don't come on with the camera, you
Yeah.
fucking freak.
Yeah.
You freak. Dude, he looks terrible.
Dude's like more successful than I'll ever be in my life. And I'm just like, no camera on though, if you could. Yeah, that's terrible.
we're already better than him because we're more attractive. Dude, the only bit I remember of him is when his dad comes home and beats him. He's like, yeah, my dad's gonna come home with the fucking chains or with a toaster on a chain and whip me because of the Kool-Aid guy. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, dude,
That's funny.
his Kool-Aid bit is so
It's funny.
funny. That stand-up bit of about the Kool-Aid man and his dad coming home with a toaster with a chain
Like,
on the end of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you crashed through my fucking wall. What are you doing? You gotta repair this shit, man. I don't want to drink from you. What is it? Got organs and guts in here? It's like,
Yeah, drinking his delicious fruity blood or whatever. All the
Yeah,
kids from
what
the
the fuck?
all the kids from the neighborhood are over drinking out of the fucking
oh my
Kool-Aid man's
god,
head.
fucking Dan Cook. Jesus,
Yeah,
Dan
dude.
Cook. Dan
Yeah,
Cook.
Dane Cook though. He had a lot of other movies that were like really good from that era too. There was one about like it's him and Dax Shepard, and they both work at like a grocery store, like a big box store, and like each of them try to check out. They try to check out the fastest.
Oh, I've seen that clip before.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, something like that. But I don't know. I like Dane Cook. Anyways, back to the movies. So yeah, Chuck, really like that TV show. About 3 or 4 episodes in, gonna keep watching it. I like it. Movies. I've watched 2 old Lawrence Fishburne movies and a newer movie this last week. The first one I saw was Fled. Have you seen Fled?
I have not. Don't spoil any of these, by the way, because I might want to watch them later.
Okay, I won't. I haven't been spoiling the movies. I don't think.
No, you haven't. I'm just saying because I see Event Horizon on here. Don't spoil it. I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, so yeah. Fled, Lawrence Fishburne, and Stephen Baldwin. Stephen Baldwin. He isn't in a ton of stuff. I don't think. At least I haven't seen him. Kind of your classic, like, you know, dudes are working the line, like outside, prisoners. Something happens. Both of them escape. And then they're on, like, there's like a manhunt after both these prisoners. Turns out one of them's an undercover cop. And there's this whole conspiracy because the one that isn't the undercover cop is in jail for hacking and like having this data on a disk somewhere that could like expose a bunch of secrets or something. Pretty good movie.
What did I just say? Don't spoil Fled. One of them's an undercover cop, but you don't know it because it's a twist. You fucking bastard.
No, it's not. It's like a twist in the first half hour. No, there's way more that goes into it. Yeah, but that movie's pretty good.
Stephen Baldwin, turns him up. He looks worse than Dane Cook. He looks awful, bro.
Oh, does he look bad now?
He's a Baldwin brother, obviously, but
yeah,
no, he never looked good. He looks awful. I looked at him.
Yeah, his haircut like that was terrible. And then Event Horizon from 1997, another Lawrence Fishburne movie. Also Sam O'Neill from Jurassic Park. That movie is not what I expected. That movie's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what Joe was saying the last time he was on the cast, and I haven't got around to watching it.
Watch Event Horizon. What does it remind me of? It really reminds me of Prometheus.
Yeah.
As far as like how the story builds and what it leads to, not at all related to aliens or anything.
Blood Orgy. I've seen that. That's the only thing I've seen was the Blood Orgy.
And what?
I heard you gotta watch. You gotta watch the extended.
cut.
And they don't have it in the original.
They put a glimpse of it. I know what happened. Like, God, it's horrible.
Oh, there's another 3 minutes of it, so I gotta. I know there's hell. I don't spoil it, but I really gotta watch it because I've been told really good things. Just haven't got around to it. It's not really streaming.
I can't even talk anymore without spoiling the premise of it. But let's just say, like,
I know
dimensions are scary. Like, it's like fucking like that movie had me like finding out who the bad guy was too. Once you get towards the end, you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
I've been told I might just go because you can't get the extended cut on any streaming.
I streamed it off Prime or something. It was like the movies I watched recently, Fled and that, were like, I like to go to the leaving Prime in like a week or whatever, because typically you got the better things there, in my opinion. And that's what I'm like, I'm more prone to watch it if it's something like I'm even semi-interested in, because then I know it isn't going to be available. That makes sense? So that's why I watched Fled and Event Horizon.
Okay.
Last movie. Completely, not a Lawrence Fishburne movie, unrelated. The Invisible Man. Have you seen The Invisible Man? It came out a couple years ago.
Bits and pieces. Max was watching it downstairs one time. He likes it.
So, you remember the Kevin Bacon movie from like the 90s called The Hollow Man?
No, I've never seen that.
You haven't seen The Hollow Man?
No.
That movie's fucking creepy.
Okay, The Hollow Man.
Watch
that to the list.
Dude, watch The Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. It's kind of similar to The Hollow Man, but different. So in The Invisible Man, basically, it just starts off, this lady's like trying to leave her husband in the middle of the night. It's clear they live in a super fancy, bougie apartment with, you know, a big fence around the property. It's like expensive, nice ass house. And you get a little glimpse into it. What?
You sure she's not trying to take it from him instead? Like every single woman ever? I'm just kidding.
Anyways, she's just trying to leave because apparently he's extremely abusive, verbally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets away, and then she finds out that he died. He committed suicide that night. And they literally even have like photos of him like dead, like on the floor with like blood coming out of his head. So she thinks he's dead. But then weird shit starts happening. She starts getting like pushed or stuff falling over. And her ex-husband, the abusive one, was like the world leader in optics, like technology optics, of course. And he had made a suit that is literally like a tiny little cameras everywhere. It's super crazy looking. And this is kind of spoiling it because of the suit, but it's like, it's called the Invisible Man. Obviously, there's
Assume he's
fucking
not
an
ghost.
invisible guy, okay?
Yeah,
But he
right.
made, yeah, so he made this suit that makes him entirely invisible, and he's just making her life a living hell. Super, like, even still being abusive, ruining her life around her, all this shit. And it's like, it's fucked up, dude. Watch The Invisible Man. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I'll
Definitely up
check
your
that
alley.
out. That sounds like
Just fucking with her
being
life, even after she thinks he's dead. And then
I feel
she
like
knows
anyone
it. She knows it's him, but she can't prove it.
Oh, yeah, that's even worse.
So
Yeah.
like she's at the time living with like a family friend and the family friend's daughter, and her and the family friend and the daughter are like almost like a new family. They're all happy, and she's like kind of getting over her husband's death and her abuse. And then like all of a sudden, like her and the daughter are in the room alone together, and she gets fucked. Like when the daughter's looking, gets fucking whomped by something, like hit really bad. She's like, "Why'd you hit me? Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me." And like they don't believe her because it's a fucking invisible guy. Like no one can go
Oh, the
invisible.
fuck? That sounds awful, man. That
And
sounds like
so
a
like
pro yeah,
she's
how would you
getting,
convince someone of that?
yeah, dude. And so she has to like basically stoop to his it gets really fucking crazy.
I
It's
feel
pretty,
like
it's an okay movie. It's like 8.5 out of 10.
convincing someone of
Maybe 8.
that, it's kinda like reminds of the scenario in Big when he has
Yeah,
sex
dude.
with that woman. Like, how do you convince that woman? Dude, also, I always misremember Big as, did he convince her after they had sex or before? Because if it was before and then they had sex, that lady needs to be looked at. But I think it's after. I'm remembering Big correctly. But how do you convince? Hey, Paul, I'm actually a 6-year-old boy. Actually nowadays, if someone told me that, they might just be fucked in the head. They might just be really
Yeah.
fucked up. Some age regressor shit. Actually a 6-year-old boy, Paul. Like, you can't convince someone
Yeah,
that.
Jackson,
Oh, it's a invisible
if
man.
you were walking downtown by Lake Ave and some homeless guy comes up and goes, "I'm a 6-year-old boy," would you believe him?
No, I wouldn't. Dude, I've run
He's
into
got a
some
balloon. He's dirty.
age regressors are a real thing. So, like, I'm not even like surprised. Like, people are fucked in the head, they get
People are
abused
weird.
and shit, and they think they're like 12 years old. They want to play Legos all day and shit. I'm like, that's a good life, man, but it's no life I want to live. That's for sure. Um, well, I don't have any movies, so check out all those movies, Paul. I haven't been watching any movie. I've just been watching Dexter and shitty YouTube videos. A lot of like horror YouTube videos, I guess, like analog horror and shit like that. I've been enjoying that a lot more lately. Check those out. You know what I mean?
I wasn't expecting Event Horizon to be a horror movie. I'm gonna be real with you. I was like, oh, it's
Yeah,
gonna be like a cool space exploratory movie. Nope,
mhm,
it's scary.
they go to hell.
And it has nothing
Yeah,
to do with aliens.
I love a good spook. I've been playing some Outlast Trials, Paul. You ever play that game?
I played the
If you
first Outlast
you
a
should
little
get
bit.
the Trials with me. It's $30, Paul. You'll scare your pants off. Like
Oh, I know I would.
it's oh man, I want to play it with someone because I'm too scared to play it myself. And there's multiplayer, but you have to interact with strangers, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But somehow, dude, you go into the game. Be playing with my buddy, and I'll be like, all right, we're gonna stick together, and we're gonna do the plan, and we're gonna be all right. Within 5 minutes, we're split up and we're across the map from each other, and I'm hiding in the closet, and he's hiding in the closet, but you can't hear each other because we have voice proximity. That's the way to play it. So you can't hear each other till you're close. And I'm like, where are you, man? I'm so scared. And people are
Yeah.
running around trying to kill you and shit. We should get that, Paul, because that'd be really fun if you
I'll
want to be
consider
scared.
it. Yeah.
It's horrifying. But back to horrifying stuff. Fuck, should I talk about this scary YouTube channel I came across? And then I'll talk about this body cam
Go
real
for
quick.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so I had this topic literally brought down for months, and I don't know if the channel is there. Hopefully, it's banned. This is a legitimate YouTube channel I came across, and the username was like JX134578, like some random string of numbers, no profile picture, no banner. It had hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they were legitimately, Paul. It was like this foreign, like South American guy who was taking dead monkeys and putting outfits on them and like propping them. Like, this is fucked, Paul. Like, baby
Like
monkeys.
taxidermy or
No, they were just dead. And he would like, dude, it was fucking fucked up, bro. I'm not even joking. He would put the dead monkey like next
yeah,
to
it's
an
probably
alligator.
not on YouTube anymore. Did you
No,
subscribe?
dude, they had hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and all the comments were, "This needs to be banned. This is ridiculous." No, I didn't. This is months ago. I saw. I'm not even joking. This is months ago, and apparently it's like a subgenre on YouTube. And he kept putting the
It's a
monkey, dude,
subgenre.
and he did, dude.
Dressing
It is,
up dead
dude.
monkey babies.
But it wasn't, dude. Sometimes it wasn't dead, and he'd put the monkey, dude. Dude, I don't want to.
Sometimes it wasn't dead.
No,
What do
dude,
you
stop,
mean?
bro. Do you want to know what he was doing, dude? Not even funny. Like, I'm like
Okay, what
disgusted
was he
thinking about
doing?
this. He'd put the live monkey in dangerous situations, like next to a snake where the snake was gonna kill it. And he'd put it next to a crocodile, and it'd be like 2 seconds cut before it bites the monkey's head off. So he was essentially just killing monkeys on camera. And this had hundreds of thousands. It's not even funny. It's so dark. Paul, you watch a video and you see a baby monkey get its head cut off. You're like, this is awful. This is the worst thing ever. And I've had to stop it for months. And it's been on my mind. I think about Paul thinks dead monkeys are hilarious. He loves when they get decapitated.
Hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Literally,
it's a subgenre on YouTube. Oh,
it's some
God.
South American fuck who's like, but he dresses the monkey up like with a little propeller hat and a diaper on, and then he puts it next to a fucking coyote, and he takes a picture of it, takes a video, like, oh, it's gonna get eaten by the coyote, and then he saves it, and then he'll like take it away from the coyote.
Does he dress like the monkey up as Roadrunner or some shit? Puts it next to the coyote.
Bunnies and shit, but he'll like, and then he'll save the bunny from the alligator a second before it slams down, and then he's like builds a shrine with this monkey, and there's like burning candles, and the monkey's like sitting there. And it's like, what is wrong with this guy? This is a real channel. This is on YouTube. This was 100. This guy was making money.
I'm gonna need you to link me this channel here.
I can't find, bro. Literally, Paul, you know how long I brought this down. Months I've been having this, and I haven't talked about it till then. I don't even want to think of. I'll find it, Paul, for you if you want to see a bunch of dead monkeys get put in provocative situations. But
what do you mean you'll find it? I thought you said it's gone.
No, the name was like JVX12345-2B7 $, and I never subscribed or liked the video, so it's like, how am I gonna find this shit? I did take some screenshots. Oh, you want me to go back in my screenshots and find the name of it? Because I will. Anyway, that subgenre on YouTube, terrible. That shouldn't be allowed. Animal abuse is not cool. Stay the fuck away from that. Second horrifying video I watched was a body cam video of a woman cop who goes to stop a domestic abuse. She goes inside the house, and the guy, the perp.
Oh, I've seen this one. Was this new, or was this like in the last couple weeks?
He knocks her out. No, this is like really recent. Have you seen that? He haymakers and knocks her out cold, and her body cam footage is still on, obviously, and he's beating her skull in.
Oh, like, yeah, I saw that one.
Over again. They fucked up that lady, and then I go.
She died,
and then no, but she's in very horrible condition.
Well, yeah.
And I go and look at the picture of her, and she looks like 110 pounds soaking wet, and she's got like a picture of her being all pretty in the mirror, and then all the comments, and thank God the comments are like this. This is why women shouldn't be cops. On YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter, all the comments are women shouldn't be cops because a man wouldn't have gotten knocked out by that, first of all. And it's just like, I'm not going to go preach why women shouldn't be cops, but it's a very violent video, and that's just the other one that was on my mind. I'm like, God damn. Poor lady. Cops have to risk a lot of shit, and it sucks. The constant
I know you can't discriminate on anything, but it's like maybe that's one of those things where you should have to be a certain height and weight, no matter if you're male or female.
Yeah, think. Yeah, I guess if you're there are some big gals.
Well, what the fuck? Why can the military discriminate who can be an Air Force pilot? Yeah, just because you can't fit in a plane because you're too tall or whatever. It's like, are you tallest? I don't know. Are you heightest?
You can't. You heightest. You can't change the. I'm a heightest. You can't change anything about the what's like the minimum height for you to date? Like 4 foot, Paul? Too short.
What do you mean?
What's the height that's too short for you, and what's the height that's too tall? If Destiny Paul right now walked in and she was 7 foot, are you like, I don't know if this is gonna work for me anymore? That. Okay, 8 foot.
Sure.
She's 8 feet tall. 9 feet. Okay, well, this is bad because Paul already has a partner. Okay, this is real. These are real people. That Robert Wallow, that tall fuck. You don't want to date that guy. That guy's fucking scary. All right, how about a 4 foot?
Man,
what a 4 foot? She goes,
woman.
Yeah, woman.
Sure.
312.
Sure.
310.
They're still of age, right? You're getting obviously.
Yeah, they're all of age. Well, there are dwarfs. Danny DeVito's like 4 foot tall. You know, like he's a dwarf. Like they're that tall. So I'm just curious what your limit is. But if you don't want to go in, you seem like you're not biting on this one. 3'6".
I don't know. I can't even like. Something to me tells me like at that point they have a medical condition.
Yeah, they do. It's called dwarfism. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on. I know that comes with other things like tiny arms and like maybe a disfigured face. It
Yeah.
would kind of
I feel like you
depend.
got some weird fetish once you go past 4 feet tall, man. I personally, I don't know. You got to be at least like 6 foot for sure. I mean, that's not like gonna deter me at all. But if you're smaller than me and I'm dating you as a guy, I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Like, especially, yeah, it just doesn't work out. I am very heightest. I'm allowed to say it. It's like that rule: three sixes, 6 foot, six figures. Yeah, the three sixes. You know what I mean. Triple six up in this bitch. If women can do it, how come I can't do it? You remember human beings, Paul?
Jackson, I'm starting to
I
think that you
remember.
hate women.
What do you mean? What gives you that?
Yeah,
Gives you that idea?
why you hate women so much? You want to dress like one? What's going on here? Why
Oh
do
my
you hate
god!
women so
Because
much?
I wanna be a dumb bitch and have everything handed to me in life. I guess that's why, Paul. That's why I
God, that's
pretend to be a
horrible.
woman. That's horrible. No, I like women. What do you mean? Women are. I prefer the comfort of women over men any day. Because women, I feel like they tell you to it raw, and also they got that heightened spidey senses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just got intuition. You ever think about that? Women have more intuition. You know,
yeah.
maybe they're not. They're not even real, but
Hey,
shout out
when
to all the
you
women out there. Get a
when
woman
we
on the
start
cast,
doing
Paul.
sketches, are you gonna play a lot of the female characters then, kind of like Timmy or Darren?
I thought it would be more funny if you played all of them and I dress up as a cis guy. I think it'd be fucking
I'd have
hilarious,
to shave.
actually.
Well, I could shave my face.
Well, you
I'm
don't
fine
need to
with that.
shave your face. Just play it.
Shave
Oh,
my face.
nowadays there's plenty of women with beards. Trust me. I'm just kidding.
Shut
No,
up.
that, yeah, yeah. I won't. I won't be part of that. I have to
You're
practice my
breaking
woman
up. What
voice.
did you just
Yeah.
say?
Oh, Richard, get out of that hole is what I said.
Richard, Richard, get out of that hole right now.
You're all this time. You got your thing in that hole. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I think that
Richard.
sketch is up. Richard! That's a classic WK UK sketch. Go check that one out.
Glory
The
hole.
Glory Hole. The
Yeah.
Glory Hole. Well, that came out today, Paul. They officially released the series on Plex or whatever it is.
Plex.
720p. I don't know what it is. They released it on something.
Plex is like an illegal
It
like
is.
streaming.
Well, it's also probably on Plex. So it is on Plex too. You can probably watch it on there. But
Yeah.
they finally released it in 720, 10, maybe somewhere 1080p, probably the newer ones, maybe.
Where do you
So
find
that's
it? Can
really
you get me the streaming service?
I can't remember. Just go look it up. It's like Pluto or something. I thought maybe. But yeah, this is the first time you can watch The Whitest Kid You Know and not 360p re-uploaded on YouTube and various channels. And
It's on
unfortunately,
Sling and Plex.
I called it. Called it right there. Plex. I thought Plex was legit.
It
Isn't it?
is legit, but I think like you can host your own server or something. I don't know how
Well,
exactly it all works, but
well, it's legit. Anyway, I was right. So apologize. But no, they censored about I want to say like 30 sketches, I think, or maybe a little less than that, maybe like 25. Um, any of the ones with blackface or they're playing a character that is a different race than they are gone. Or animal abuse ones, which they don't even abuse animals, just kind of like make fun of it. So I was really disappointed in that. They got rid of the whale tail, Paul. The
why?
episode because I think it was Darren played a Mexican guy and was like, "Oh yeah, we got no whales." And literally his only line because I watched it was like, "Yeah, there's no whales in Mexico since they all got sick or something like that." And that's his only line. Cut it. Get it out of here. It's gone.
Do
Um,
they cut the full episode or just cut the sketch out of the
they
episode?
cut the sketch. Yeah, yeah, not the full episode. Thank God they don't cut the full episode because they did. People would be rioting and shit. Um, people are like, people are saying who cares should be all right. But man, we've been saying it for years. They keep doing this. Pretty soon, you're not gonna be able to watch anything, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you can cut "It's Always Sunny" at all. And honestly, in my opinion, this is gonna be out there. If Whitest Kids You Know had any integrity, they wouldn't have uploaded it and said, "Fuck you, we're not gonna upload it unless you give us all these sketches."
Yeah.
But they won't because they want money and they don't have any integrity as artists. And I don't think they're offensive. And it's like that Warner Bros. Statement. You seen that Warner Bros. Statement they post? It was on the subreddit where they said, hold on, this is what Warner Bros. Said. The cartoons you're about to see are products of their time. They may depict racial prejudice that are commonplace in American society. These depictions are wrong and are wrong today, but we will not censor them as they reflect the time, and it would make us think that these prejudices never existed. It's like the
So
Nazi
that's what
shit.
Disney does?
No, that's what Warner Bros. Said. You know, with all those old sketches, like those
Oh,
really
yeah, yeah.
racy Looney Tunes ones
Well,
with the
then why?
Indians and
Yeah,
shit?
well, like, why can't everybody just put that at the beginning then?
Exactly. Well, because Warner Bros. Is a multi-trillion
Multi-million,
dollar
yeah.
studio, and they can do whatever they want. But it's like people. It's like kind of like with thing comes to mind with Black Ops censoring Nazis, like the Nazi zombies. As soon as you censor swastikas, you forget that that happened, and then it's like history didn't happen, and it's sometimes you're doomed to repeat it. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't censor anything like that. It's kind of just dumb. Really, really dumb to me. So
Yeah.
I'm still gonna watch it, and hopefully Mars comes out, and we can watch that. I'll enjoy White It's Kids You Know, and you can still watch the old sketches in 240p on YouTube if you want to, the racist ones. So
Yeah.
something to look forward to.
Can I wrap us up with a topic?
Yes, yes, you may.
Let's talk about MMA. Let's talk about UFC really quick. This will be a quick one.
Right.
Okay.
Talk
So
about as
for
long as
those
you
of you
want.
that for those of you that watch the UFC or follow it all, you'll know that currently, right now, the current heavyweight champion is John Jones because he came back. He was originally a light heavyweight, and he got the belt fighting Cyril Gahn for the belt and submitted him in like 20 seconds. And he has the belt now. Well,
So cool.
I don't like what.
No, just the way you submitted them in like 40
I know,
seconds.
yeah.
That
I was
so
like,
cool.
what the
That was
fuck? I
awesome.
paid for this? Yeah. But anyways, like a couple months after that, they were like, all right, we want to do John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. And Stipe held the belt a couple of years ago. He has not fought in probably 4 years. He got knocked out bad when he lost the belt to Francis Ngannou, who's no longer in the UFC. And John Jones, they were like, oh, we should make this fight. Basically, what's arguably the best heavyweight of all time, Stipe, who had like the most title defenses of heavyweight belt, versus John Jones, arguably the best MMA fighter of all time, being a champion so young in light heavyweight, defending it that many times. And he took all that time off, comes back and just gets the heavyweight strap immediately. Pretty impressive, right?
Mhm.
Well, John Jones, like 4 or 5 months ago, tore his pec. So that fight got canceled, him versus Stipe. But Dana in UFC still wants him versus Stipe. So Stipe's waiting. Stipe's a fucking firefighter from Ohio, and he's like one of the best in the world. And
Still firefighting?
yeah, I think he is in Ohio. He's from the
They
Czech
don't-
Republic or whatever, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, he's Croatian. That's what it is.
Mm.
And so they're waiting on this fight. Well, in the meantime, they made an interim heavyweight belt. An interim belt in the UFC is when the champion is unavailable to fight and that there are other people at the top of the division ready to fight. They'll put this interim belt out, which means like, hey, you're the champion if A, something happens to the actual champion, or B, the champion just can't fight you right now. So basically when you get that interim belt, it is guaranteed that you are getting the next title shot.
Right.
If they do an interim belt. Well, they did that. It was Tom Aspinall out of England versus Sergey Pavlovich out of Russia. And Tom Aspinall knocked him out in like the first round, which I did not see coming. I thought Pavlovich was going to knock him out.
Mm.
And Tom Aspinall is now the interim heavyweight champion. And Tom Aspinall has been kind of pissed. He's like, how long is it going to take John Jones to recover? Why can't you just pull his strap and let us fight for the actual belt? So for one of the first times ever, I would believe, it is rumored that at UFC 304, they are going to have Tom Aspinall defend his interim belt against Cyril Gahn, the guy who lost against John Jones. Why are we giving Cyril Gahn another shot? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude proves he can't even fucking do ground game at all. He's just a striker.
He's terrible.
Yeah, like he's really good striker. He's probably one of the best heavyweight strikers I've seen because he's super fast. But he doesn't have any ground game. You saw John fucking literally like the dude
40
coiled
seconds.
up. Yeah. Like not even. Like it's almost like it almost seemed fixed. I don't think it was, but it just like the way he dropped and the way that John got him to tap immediately was kind of weird. But so I just think that that's kind of dumb, man. Like I don't think you should be pulling people's straps, especially for injuries, but
I think so.
I don't know, man. Lately, though, you've seen a lot of guys give up their belt when they get injured. They're like, hey, I don't want to hold up the division. And that's respectable. Probably a poor financial decision on their part, though, to give up the belt because you get all those perks that comes with being a champion in such a big organization like that. You know?
They got it once. They're all right. Respond. No, you should be pulling their belts if they're out for the fight. Listen, it should
not out
for
the fight. It's like if you get an injury where it's like you're going to be out for 6 months and you need surgery, and and then after 6 months you can just start training, and then like it's not a year till you can fight. You should be pulling the belt. If you are a champion that hasn't defended your belt in a year, pull the belt. Like,
how many times do you think a champion should defend their belt a year, Paul? 2 times.
To me, at least twice. But
Right.
this is the fucking problem, and this is the thing I do not like about most of the Dagestani fighters, the Russian guys, is, well, A, their fighting style is a little boring to me, but B, they fucking get the belt and then they defend it once a year against usually a guy that doesn't even deserve a title shot, or a guy that isn't good at it, and you just know that, oh, they're going to keep the belt again. Here we go. They're going to sit out for a year. It's just, I hate that. I think if you're a champion, you should be defending that bitch at least twice a year. Charles Oliveira defended it like 3 to 4 times in one fucking year when he was champion.
They should. They should be defending it, I think, in my opinion, 3 or 4 times a year. However much they can fight, they should be pushing a limit.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you have an injury, it sucks, man. You got the belt already, dude, but you're out. Like, you try
And I
harder
don't get
next
it.
time,
Like,
buddy.
the more you fight, the more you get paid. But then again, when you have that belt, you're sure as hell nervous you're going to lose it.
What should be, the nerves should propel you into fighting more. And
Yeah.
it's just give someone else a chance that is better than you to have it. And don't wait like a pussy, you know? The fighters that give up their belt because they're like, well, I'm broke my leg, so I won't be here for 2 years. So take my belt, you know?
Yeah.
Who do you think the longest time someone held a belt without losing it? Like, was injured or whatever? Like, between a fight? Like,
Are
over
you
a year?
talking
What's the
like
minimum?
Like, are you talking the longest somebody has ever held a belt
Without title defense. Without
a
defending it.
title defense?
Yeah. Like, over a year or 2 years, 3 years? Is 3 years
Yeah,
a
there's
crazy
definitely
time?
been somebody. There's definitely been someone that's done it 2 years. I can't remember who it was though.
That's way too long. So let's say 2 years is probably if anything over that's insane. Anything over 6 months is insane.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I'm not a fighter, so.
But yeah, so like that's just kind of dumb. I don't say strip John Jones. He is like the greatest, but it's also like he could have given it up too.
Ooh,
That's
John
the thing,
Jones,
dude. That's why the light heavyweight division is fucking gangster, dude. Yuri Prohaska, that weird samurai dude with the fucking crazy hair.
Yeah.
He got the belt, beat Glover in the last 30 seconds of the 5th round, submits him, somehow does it, was getting beat the whole fight. He fucking broke something in his arm. It was a shoulder needed to be entirely replaced. And he said, it was my warrior mentality that I must give up the belt because I don't want to hold up the division and the next best people can get it. And then the guy that he just beat gets another shot at the belt against Jamal Hill. And don't forget, there was a fight in between that no one wants to talk about. That was a terrible fight that ended in a draw for the belt, which I'd never seen or something.
Okay.
But anyways, Jamal Hill gets the belt off Glover, beats Glover for 5 rounds straight. Glover retires. He's already old. And then Jamal Hill fucking tears something. And then he's like, oh, it's his Achilles. He tore his Achilles or something. And he was going to be out for 6-7 months. And he gave up the belt too. He's like, if Yuri gave this up, I can give it up. And I'm like, that's fucking gangster. Because those guys know they're fucking losing money, not keeping that belt and in that status. And that's gangster. I think more people should do that. If you get fucking injured as a champion, fucking suck it up, relinquish that belt. You're not going to hold up the division for like up to a fucking year, you know?
I agree. That's how it should be.
And I don't fight.
Yeah, I don't fight either. So can't even say a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I never knew that. I guess I always thought about that, but that's a bigger problem than it is. You should be able to, I think you should defend your belt personally. Just what from you said 2 times. I think even maybe 4 times if you truly are champion. And also, I like what Boss. I think it was maybe Boss Rudin. He said,
"You see his palm strikes?
Yeah, dude, they'll fuck you up. Yeah, that's what Batman uses. Speaking of Batman, Batman uses palm strikes. Yeah. He said, and this I really liked. I think it might have been him. It might not have been. He said, there is no rounds. You get in there, and either someone gets knocked out or taps, and there is no corner man. You shouldn't be able to have your coaches, because if you truly are the best, why do you need to have your coach telling you, oh, feint to your left, right? This
What's
way it
this,
is.
king of the streets?
Yeah, no, legitimately, no time limits, no. Why? If you truly are the best, then you should win. If it takes you 15 minutes and you tap after 15 minutes, then you're not the greatest. I don't know. That's just how
see.
But don't get me wrong. These fighters are still will knock you out. They'll kill you in one hit. So I'm not saying that by any means they're pussies. I'm just saying that's how I would do fighting to really determine who is the greatest. That's how I would do it. No illegal strikes. Except for maybe eye pokes.
I get it. So it kind of reminds me. I've been listening to Dustin Poirier, his latest one on Theo Von's podcast, because I like Dustin Poirier, UFC fighter in the lightweight division, and he said something like he prefers 5-round fights because he knows towards the end of it, even if it does go to decision, you're going to be able to most likely clearly see who the better fighter was based on conditioning and whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, the more time, the better. And that got me thinking, it's like, why don't they just make championship fights unlimited rounds? Unlimited rounds. Like, it's always still a 5 minute, they get a break, same rules, but like, it just keeps going until somebody fucking gives up or somebody gets beat. Because how do you know if you're truly the best? But it's like, but then, the defense there is like, well, that's not ethical because, the sport has to be safe. As they get more tired, someone can get really hurt.
Safe. It's not a safe sport. Same with all other sports.
MMA is safer than boxing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say that. Boss Rutan described it very well, but I won't go into that. But yeah, 100%. And any sport worth watching should be a little dangerous. And if the fighters, again, no one's putting a gun to these fighters' head and saying, go and fight.
They signed the fucking contract.
So it's like if two men want to go and do that, it's mutual combat, and they're going to know that they might die. Fine. There's never been a death in the UFC yet. But I feel like if you got rid of rounds and no coaches on the side, someone will probably fucking die. And that's just the way it is, Yeah, I don't know. That's how I would change it. Make it more entertaining, at least in my opinion. But
did we talk on the show about like what would be a really good replacement for Power Slap that I thought of?
No.
Instead of Power Slap, I was thinking like, why don't they just have like what would be more entertaining is a show called Stand and Bang. And it's like your feet are somehow like locked to the floor, or you maybe have some type of limited movement, but you literally just have to stand there in the pocket. Say it's maybe like 20 to 30 second round bursts. You guys are locked in front of each other.
That sounds that's
Could
not
you imagine
ethical.
a dude getting knocked
That's
out?
not ethical. What I said was ethical.
His legs or something.
Yeah, he would. No, the fight would be over in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but dude, it'd be so much more entertaining. Wouldn't you rather see some dudes with 30-second rounds? Maybe they have gloves on, stand and fucking bang in the pocket. They're both stuck. On. Yeah, they need to have gloves on.
That's not ethical, and it does sound better than power slapping because power slapping is the gayest shit and most lame shit I've ever seen.
That's why people like people that like it defend it this way. It's a great sport to watch because you can have friends over and talk the whole time, but then when it happens, you can be like, "Oh wait, it's about to happen," and then the slap happens. You're like, "Oh," and you go back to talking. And it's like, I'm not there to talk with my friends over. I'm there to watch some goddamn fights.
Paul does do that when we're watching the UFC. Hey, pipe down. This guy's about to get choked out. Shut the fuck up over there. Yeah. The conversation. How about
you don't even come over. How do you know? But that's pretty accurate. I'm like, hey, pipe down. Someone's about to get knocked out here. Yeah.
How about this? How about somehow you get a shot in your spine and both fighters are paralyzed from the waist down? They've never been paralyzed before, but only for like an hour, and they fight. That would be interesting. See, that's ethical to me. Two paraplegics that's never been paraplegics fight. How about you make them quadriplegics and they fight?
How does that work? They're gonna. Oh God. Oh, dude. Guys, what if your hands are locked at the table and they have to headbutt? Oh,
dude, that's not ethical.
Someone's gonna crack their fucking skull. Someone's dying.
You put two UFC fighters in a pool, a 12-foot deep pool, and you let them fight. What do you think about that?
No pads. Man, guys that got submission. I feel like submitting. Yeah, but I feel like submitting
would be the only way you could do it, right?
Or are you talking like you could only throw strikes in the pool?
You could do whatever, you just can't drown them.
That would not be entertaining. It wouldn't be entertaining.
I think they'd be like,
if they're a 12-foot pool, they'd be like trying to swim and trying to throw strikes. Like,
that's why it'd be cool. You'd see who the best is.
Okay, then no gloves.
Yeah, no gloves. Yeah, that's what I said. Nothing would be gloves in the water.
Waiters.
They got wings.
So that way, if one of them does get knocked out, they fucking drown.
Yeah, that would be a problem. He's just floating out. You gotta have the arm dinghies on. It's like
instead of a ref, there's like a lifeguard at the ready with a whistle to fucking jump in with a thing and save you. Because the dude's fucking floating face down with arm floaties on.
Fucking knock the bleeding blood in the pool. You'd have to change the pool water every single fight. Is just blood in it? That would be an issue. How about UFC? But like, I don't know, like people like you throw in stuff while people are fighting. Like you throw in like a box of.
It's a chair. A box of nails.
A box of nails. Yeah. They just whip them. Fans could do it. Fans could get in on this. It'd be fun. Or how about I always think about this like
somebody
football.
Threw in a rubber ducky. Fucking
yeah. I always thought about this football. You should have like fox floors that are like traps. Like if you run over it, now you're in a pit. Now you're down in the pit, or like
it's a trap door and it goes back up.
Yeah, how about you have one of those axes that swing back and forth? You know, that'd be so entertaining.
And at halftime, they switch out the traps and put different trap doors.
Different ones. you have like electrical floor on there. It's like if you can survive the electricity, it's quicker to go through there or around, you know?
It's like in that game, The Forest, it's the happy birthday trap. There's a tripwire and a thing swings out from the sideline and puts you on a spike wall.
Yeah, legit spike wall. That's how I'd watch football on that. I always like the idea of like
Oh,
somehow
he's
like
caught in the snare. He's fucking hanging. He's got the ball. Yeah.
I like the idea of like somehow getting like a box of hundreds of thousands of spiders and just throwing them at somebody. Wouldn't that be
Gross.
hilarious?
Oh.
Like, yeah, right? You would
Oh.
that'd be so entertaining
What
as a
we
UFC
need,
fighter.
what you're on the right track. What we need is MMA, like the UFC in an octagon, but there's items like Super Smash Bros.
Okay, well, you can't do too many items because if you put in a hammer or something, they're done for. The fight's over. What
I don't
items?
know.
Like maybe a Nerf
It's
sword?
hard. It's hard
not gonna-
because you would have to like sprinkle them in, and they would have to be enough to hurt somebody, but not enough to kill somebody.
They could
So
kill
like,
somebody.
so it's like, oh, somebody threw in a lead pipe. That's not good, Bob. John
kills
favors the lead pipe.
What do you mean? You think a lead pipe to the skull from a UFC heavyweight's not gonna kill somebody?
Yeah,
you
but then like
psycho?
the other guy's item drops like a fucking beach ball, so he's got like a lead
he's-
pipe.
What
He's
are they
just
doing with the
fucked.
beach ball? Yeah, what if they're like throwing in a beach? How about this, Paul? UFC on the ice. It's just UFC, but you're fighting on the ice, no skates. Go fight each other, dummy. Don't crack your head on the ice.
That'd be good until someone
Put in a
cracks their
hockey rink.
skull on the ice.
Everyone's just slipping and sliding the whole fucking time. I feel like on barefoot, you might be okay. You might not slide that much.
Jack,
right here.
I fucking forgot to tell you about this. So this weekend, it's a pay-per-view. Flyweight title defense. This guy named Steve Urseg, that's only been in the UFC. He's only had 3 fights. Is getting a title shot. He's got really clean boxing. He's from Australia. He's the dude I told you that looks like Astro Boy, or kind of looks like Steve Carell. Anyways, I forgot his last fight. He got a crazy knockout on Matt Schnell, this Steve Urseg guy. He threw a 2 to the body and then came up top with a left hook and literally like knocked him out, like dropped him pretty good.
Ow.
And at the end of the fight, the camera guy like comes up and Mike Tione or whatever the fuck his name, the ref. He's like, you know how like the ref is taking care of you when you've been knocked out. He's like patting Matt on the back as he's standing, and his coach is right there. And he's and like the ref goes, and it was being picked up by the camera. You could hear it live. He's like, I don't know what was scarier, the shot that he landed on you or when your head hit the canvas. And he taps him on the back of the head. He's like, you'll see it all on the film. That's what he said.
That's funny.
And I started busting, and the dude's clearly like
maybe he doesn't remember that conversation for sure. Yeah, you'll see yourself get knocked down a little bit. It's gonna be sent to you.
The way he's like trying to be cordial and nice about it. He's like, I don't know what was worse, so the shot he hit you with, or when your head hit the canvas, there, buddy. He's like, it's okay. He's like patting his belly. He's like, you'll see it all on camera, all in film.
Jesus Christ, holy fuck!
I was busted. I was busted pretty hard.
Well, probably wrap her up. We're over a little hour. We got some longer Gutterball episodes, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Gutterball 100 is going to be a very special one. That's coming up real soon. One last thing I want to wrap up with is I'll be coming in here next time with a new haircut. I'm actually going to go to a hairstylist, get some new hair. Mary recommends some styles, but I'm just going to go in and be like, give me what you recommend for my head.
You gonna get the bob cut?
No, I'm not getting the bob. I'm not getting rid of the length. I just need to trim my bangs and like get it right. But yeah, my hair is shit.
You gonna get the bob?
I'm not getting no bob haircut. The bob is hot, but I'm not getting the bob haircut. The bob. What do you mean? Everyone has a haircut they like.
Why don't you?
But anyway,
why don't you
shave my head?
Shave your head so you look like that one head of
that one Biden guy.
Yeah, the head of transportation ghoul that was stealing all the luggage.
Sam's something, Sam O'Neill or something.
That dude's like,
oh my God.
Biden voted him in, and he's clearly just stealing people's luggage, and he keeps trying to do it. Like,
what are you doing? He did it multiple times. That guy's fucked, dude. That's the they/them's problem, dude. Listen, I'll call you whatever pronoun you want, but you gotta at least try. There's some trans people that are like male to female that will have beards. I'm not calling you a woman because you're not even trying, dog. You're not even trying at this point. Same with those they/thems. The they/thems, bro, you need to knock that shit off because I will not respect it. I seriously will not call you that. Dude, it's fucking retarded. Those people are retarded. Anyway, I'll trash on the they/thems at the beginning of the next cast. Remind me, Paul. We'll do a whole they/them bit. Like, subscribe, comment. Gutterball 100. Gonna be great. Drinking episode. You want to get at us, DM us on Instagram. It's the fastest way to get a hold of us. Or email. Or you could do Facebook, but I mean, we're not going to get at you ever, so best to do is just on Instagram. I'll let Paul take it from here, but I just appreciate you watching thus far. All right, I'll catch y'all later.
Hey, everyone. Remember, everybody here at Gutterball, Jack and I love all of you, no matter who you are and what you are or what you like or what you do.
Except for women.
We love women. We love everybody in the world, no matter where you're from. If you're listening to this right now, leave us a like if you can. Maybe leave a comment. Be like, hey, Paul, I made it to the end. You have a bald ass head. Do something, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the support. Anything you can show us, whether it be telling a coworker, shooting us a like, giving us a comment, sharing this on your Facebook page, showing your grandma. She probably wouldn't like it, but please do so. It really does help us. And, you know, if you are getting to this point of our episodes where you get to the end and you get these sort of heartfelt messages from your boy here, hopefully you do something and make us happy. Try to get us get us on the ground running here. Get us some exposure, if you will. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. That was Gutterball 98. Whoa!